Hello all. Like I said yesterday, we're going to make some videos to help you with some of the work. These videos will be posted. Um, I am going to use a mic to see if the sound will be better. My voice is also better now. I was sick when I made the last video, so um, I was hoarse. So let's get started. In your purple folder, find this if you haven't already. Um, Analyze craft and structure conflicting arguments. If you have to stop the video, do so to find it. Okay, we're going to get started. The first thing we're going to do is, even though the text, like the people who wrote your textbook are calling this conflicting arguments, they're not conflicting arguments. So we are going to mark that out. The two arguments we're going to be looking at are ban the ban and soda's a problem, but they both have the same position. They don't think the government should ban certain size sodas, but they go about supporting their claim differently. So what we're actually looking at is we're looking at which argument is a stronger argument. So that's the goal of this assignment, to figure out which argument has the most strength. How do we determine which argument is stronger or more convincing? So that's your goal. So what is this called in school terms? You are practicing evaluating arguments. That's a fancy way of saying you're figuring out which one is stronger, which one is a better argument. So in this lesson, you will be evaluating arguments. All right, so let's get started. So like I said, what I've done is I take the information from your book, I break it into parts, and then I give you an opportunity to look for the most important part in that information. So your first part is strong argumentative writing. So in an argument, an author presents a claim or position about a debatable topic. He or she then explains reasons. So that means they give the reason and then they explain how that reason supports the claim. As they're explaining that reason, they are using evidence to show why the reason is sound. So the evidence is part of the explanation of the reason. Strong arguments rely on facts. As you remember, a fact is something that has truth to it. A fact is something that you can go look up. It could be in a news report. It could be in um, a scientific record. It could be a statistic. It could be um, a video of something happening. But it's something that you can go check. You can go find it somewhere else. It's not somebody's opinion. So strong arguments rely on facts. Weak arguments may express the author's opinions, but not use facts to support them. So weak arguments do not use facts. Weak arguments may also have poor reasoning. So the explanation of their reasons doesn't make sense. It doesn't follow. Poor arguments or weak arguments may also rely too heavily on exciting the emotion of the reader. Okay, stop now. Do your checkpoint to make sure that you read clearly and you know the most important parts of this section. I'm not giving you the answers. All right, welcome back. Part 2, common logical fallacies. Again, you should have stopped the video to do that checkpoint. Part 2. Some types of poor reasoning or over-reliance on emotions are called logical fallacies. So, poor reasoning. is a logical fallacy. Over-reliance on emotion is a logical fallacy. Just because I feel it doesn't make it true. We have two types of fallacies here. There are many, many, many types of fallacies. We are only showing you two. These two fallacies over here are in the texts. You're going to find them. So you need to know what they are so you can find them in the text. So, overgeneralization. In overgeneralization, you reach a conclusion that overstates the facts. A statement that includes words such as always, never, everything, only. I'm going to add some. All, none, every. So if you're like all or nothing, it's probably an overgeneralization. So you might want to stop the video to write those three because I'm about to erase them. And there they go. Okay, so I'm going to show you, they give you an example. It's a boring example. So I'm going to get on Google because Google can be useful. And I'm going to look for examples of overgeneralization using pictures. And I found one that was really cute. All cats have 4 legs. I have 4 legs, therefore I am a cat. That is over or hasty generalization. Obviously, he's not a cat, he's a dog. Just because he has 4 legs, that doesn't make him a cat. Okay? So here's a good one. Kids are all so rude these days. People probably say that. See the word all? We know that not all kids are rude. We also know that kids can be rude at times and not rude other times. Global warming isn't real. It's cold outside. That's a hasty generalization. A dog bit me, so dogs are dangerous. Just because that one dog bit you, that doesn't mean all dogs are dangerous. So, tips for generalization or overgeneralization. It's also called hasty generalization. Avoid exaggerations and overconfidence. Use data. So you're drawing a broad sweeping conclusion based on a small sample. There are a lot of ways to say it. Okay, next one, slippery slope. A slippery slope asserts that a relatively small first step will lead to a chain of related events resulting in some significant effect. One of your texts is full of slippery slope. They even say slippery slope and say that that's evidence or something true. The idea that such a chain of events will definitely happen may simply be untrue. Okay, so they give an example. Again, I'm not really keen on it. So let's look at the almighty Google. And, no, we're not doing that. So now we're going to put in, and you can do this as a student, we're going to put in slippery slope examples. Okay, so I like this. Don't fall for a slippery slope argument, which takes a minor event and turns it into a major catastrophe. So let's see what we can find for slippery slope. You can never give anyone a break. If you do, they'll walk all over you. That's a slippery slope. Just because you help somebody out one time doesn't mean they're going to take advantage of you all the time. Let's look at this one. Well, let's not. I'm going to write one for you too. This is another good one. Innocent first step, improbable chain reaction to a conclusion. The conclusion of an argument resting on a shaky and unlikely chain of events. Okay, that's a slippery slope. If we legalize marijuana now, next they will legalize all the other drugs and then crime will explode. That is a slippery slope. Just because we do this doesn't mean that's going to happen. All right. That's a good example. All right, so that's a slippery slope. If students are allowed to retake a test, they're going to want to retake every test for the rest of the year. Not necessarily. They might not need to retake every test if you teach well. So that's an example of slippery slope. So stop the video now. Do the checkpoint. Welcome back. So here they've given you some practice. Read this passage, then answer the questions by writing the letter of the correct answer on the line. So you're going to read this and you're going to look for the author's claim. You're going to look for which sentence gives the most important or the best evidence, and you're going to look for what a conflicting argument is to this. All right, so stop for a minute, do that. Okay, so welcome back. Fingers crossed you sat and did the activity, so now I can give you feedback on your thinking rather than having you just copy. So number one, what is the author's claim in this passage? So the way to do questions like this, you read them all, see which one matches. So out of all of these, this is the claim, number one, hurricanes can cause great destruction, and that matches with C. Hurricanes are powerfully destructive, just a way to say it again. Number two, which sentence gives the most important evidence? So we're looking for facts, lots and lots of facts. So if you look at these three, one is our claim, so that's not going to be our evidence sentence. The second one gives us examples of destruction, and all of these are factual, right? Powerful winds can overturn cars and boats, facts. Powerful winds can tear houses into shreds, facts. Heavy rains brought by hurricanes can result in flooding, facts. So we've got three facts here. And then in the last one, this type of damage from hurricanes has been documented. So this is supporting the fact that these are facts. All right, it's telling us that these have been documented. So that's giving us the explanation that lets us know we're not just saying this, we have documented examples making these facts. So sentence one, it's the claim. Sentence three, it's reasoning, right? And support that this is evidence to support the claim. So all your evidence is in sentence two. All right, so we got C, we got B. Number three, we are looking for a conflicting argument where we're looking for the counterclaim. So a conflicting argument, you might want to write this in, is the counterclaim. So it's the opposite. It's the opposite of what the author is writing. So the author writes, hurricanes can cause great destruction, and they're supporting that claim by saying a lot of destruction has been reported. It's been documented. That's another way of saying reported by the media. So if we come down here, C, D, and B all add further support to great destruction. They're all supportive. Sorry, not B. A, C, and D. A, C, and D all offer support. So B says, well, the media often exaggerates the damage that hurricanes cause, right? So that's going against this. It's a conflicting argument. All right. Now, this is the end of this video. The next video is going to take you through the articles looking for fallacies and facts.